Well, in a new Fox Nation special, Taken, Nancy Grace is exposing sex trafficking in America. The special follows the abduction of a 15-year-old girl from a Dallas Mavericks game earlier this year and her rescue by the Texas Counter-Trafficking Initiative.
That nonprofit was able to find photos of this 15-year-old in a series of undress all the way down to nude in a hotel in Oklahoma, 200 miles away. Within that imagery, they were able to determine what type of hotel she was staying in, and they used identifying markers in the room.
Just awful. Fox Nation host Nancy Grace joins us now with more. Nancy, I'm glad to have you on the program. I'm very interested in your new program, Taken. You know, we've talked about this in the past. It's appalling. As a sports fan, as a Dallas Mavericks fan, Nancy, I would take my kids to a game and let them go to the bathroom and not think twice about it. Clearly, I'm mistaken. Nancy, what's the latest you've learned in this investigation?
You know, it's heartbreaking and very surprising, but you are mistaken. Can I tell you, I took the twins to a Braves game a couple of weeks ago. I went to the bathroom with them. My son is 6'6", and I stood outside the bathroom calling his name until he came back out. That's crazy, right? It's not. This teen girl goes with her dad to the Mavericks game. Around halftime, she gets up and goes to the bathroom. Can you imagine? You're sitting there, looking at the clock up in the middle of the arena, and you realize she doesn't come back. He starts looking for her frantically. He goes to security. He goes to police. Finally, 6 days later, he goes to the Texas Counter-Trafficking Initiative, a nonprofit. Within a couple of hours, they go online. All this time, is she dead? Is she alive? Scouring the parking lot, going crazy. They find her completely nude online with a bunch of hookers.
Oh my
Their
gosh.
teen girl online naked with a bunch of hookers, and they're torn. Thank God in heaven she's alive, but what has she lived through? She has lived through sex assault, rape, false imprisonment. They finally find her. Of course, they immediately call OK City Police. A lieutenant gets up in the middle of the night, goes to an extended stay America. I think they turned a blind eye to the whole thing. They find the girl in the room with a registered sex offender. Why is he a registered sex offender? Because he sex assaulted a 3-year-old child. Bam!
Gosh, just awful from start to finish. I'm glad you've been all over this, Nancy, because look, I think people need to understand the story, not just from a perspective of curiosity, but as you mentioned, as a PSA. And you can, by the way. Nancy's got an entire investigation. It's called Taken, a Nancy Grace investigation. Right now, it's on foxnation.com. Just, it's awful. I'm going to tell you, even amidst all that, to come back out. That is, I never want to find myself in that situation with Nancy Grace outside the bathroom yelling for me to come on out. But I will if I ever hear it.
And you can imagine what I'm going through with my daughter, who is this age of this little girl. And I'm telling you, we think it's not happening. It's happening under our noses.
No, it's desperately serious. It's desperately serious. We'll be watching, Nancy. Thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me, and good morning.
All right. Taken, a Nancy Grace investigation on Fox Nation.